Test. For the next 60 seconds, this station will conduct a test of the emergency broadcast system. This is only a test.
Because of the mystery surrounding them. Well, today, an attempt was made to unravel part of that mystery. Rune Liu has that report.
Teofilo Stevenson, Jesse Benavides, Angel Herrera, heavyweight Mark Breland, and light middleweight John Jackson. ABC Sports had bought the TV rights for the fight. Elmer Martin and Hermeguilo Baez, the Cuban referee Jose Santiago, repeatedly warned Martin for infractions. Boom Boom Duke Kim with a thundering right in the 14th round of the championship bout down in Las Vegas.
Rune Liu has that report.
Hi, I'm Pete Silverlari. I'm a big dog. Watch me on News 4 Arena, live at 6:30.
Hi, I'm Lisa. I've got fleas. I'm Pete Silverlari's girlfriend. These and other stories coming up next on News 4. Live at 6:30.
Todd Whitthorne's fiance.
Hi, I'm Kathy Whitthorne. I'm Todd Whitthorne's fiance. Watch Todd every night on News 4 Reno, live at 6:30. Ruff.
Well, it's raining in the lower elevations of western Nevada, but snowing heavily in the mountains. The Highway Patrol says chains are required, and cars and trucks crossing the Sierra are dealing with up to a foot of snow that's expected before the storm moves out of our area. Down here in Reno, Sparks, and Carson City, we'll have scattered showers and a high in the 45 to 50 degree range. Currently, our temperature is 41 degrees. Tonight, the mercury will drop to the low 30s, and the snow should fall along with the temperature. The storm system should stay with us well into tomorrow, but most of the snow is expected to fall in the Sierra and not in the lower elevations. I'll see you again tomorrow.
I'm Stephanie Lucero in Reno. Do you have a... I'm having a sexual fantasy? Okay, it's a lot easier to say. How would you like a... Have you had one lately?
These and other stories coming up next.
Are you rolling?
Linda?
Governor-elect Bryan will meet with Budget Director William Bible next week to chart a course for government spending over the next 2 years. Various state agencies and departments have asked for a total of $1 billion in funding, but with an income of only $740 million, the state is not likely to grant all those requests. And Bible says he doubts there will be any new government programs in the next 2 years.
Okay, I'll read this one.
Transplants have received the lion's share of publicity in the medical profession for years. And it's true that transplants of kidneys, livers, and hearts do save lives. Another way of saving lives is with blood transfusions. And while donating blood isn't nearly as publicized as organ donations, it's something nearly everyone can do. However, as Bob Young reports, the season of giving doesn't always include giving blood.
Will drop to the low 30s, and
blood.
Now, for those of you who haven't had the pleasure of driving with Perilous Pete here, this is kind of the way he handles the road, or in this case, the ditch. You can see he's a little upset here right now. Well, he's getting pulled out, and see what happened was a highway patrolman told him to get off the road, and he tried, and that's why we call him Paranoid Pete. Now, you can see as he comes around the car, he's a little upset about the whole thing. Speaking of being upset, the highway maintenance crew is a little upset about what he did to that thing there. Uh-oh, Pete, you better check to see if you ruined the car. By the way, Charlie says you're fired.
And finally, tonight in college baseball, Lewis and Clark completed a 3-game sweep of UNR today with a 13-3 victory over at Moana Stadium. Barry Kuzminski took the loss for the Wolfpack, who saw their season record fall down to 12-11. UNR's next game will be on the road next Wednesday when they play a league doubleheader against Santa Clara. And that's it.
How is UNR's baseball team doing this year so far?
Bob, I just said, who saw their record fall to 12-11. They're doing okay. They're doing real well, a lot better than expected. Lewis and Clark is an outstanding ball team.
That's almost 500.
Oh, they'll finish at 500. Easy.
Let's hope so.
It's a guarantee.
In our final segment tonight, we'll take a look at some of the timeless gags that make April Fool's Day so much fun.
Leading to acquisition of the fake journals. Little Brandon Hall, who underwent his second liver transplant.
They're going to cost.
The project will come before the commission like
3, 2, 1. I'm Catherine Bliss at the Harris Convention Center, and up next we'll take a look at state-of-the-art slot machines. These stories and more coming up next on News 4. I'm a loser.
Couple of weeks to update the story. That includes me and my cameraman, Pete. Hello, Pete. Pete. Hello, Pete. Stephanie Lucero, News 4 in South Lake Tahoe.
Well, while most people were enjoying a holiday today, Reno firefighters were at work. However,
and then we'll have north winds tomorrow.
Coming up next, a look at the results of today's World Cup. All right, time now for sports. And Todd Whitthorne, and the top of the sports menu, World Cup skiing. I need to know how they got Joe Ganser to sit between you two just like that. I'm trying to figure that out, too. We might tell you at the end of the show. Magic, huh? Okay. We're going to lead with skiing? Right. Okay. Tell me about it. Although she won't be eligible for the Olympics.
Yes. 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 Gil. 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 Gil.
During the early part of tomorrow, as that low pressure pushes east, we'll still have a little bit of unstable air behind it, but not all that much going on later in the day. By Wednesday, that low should be well enough out of the picture. We're looking for at least partly cloudy skies. Let's take a look at the radar quickly now. You can see where the shower activity was in the western portion of the United States. Some of that shower activity pushing into the southern California.
Finally tonight, it's the only one of its kind in the country. A benefit showing tomorrow night in Reno of the new Barbra Streisand movie, Yentl. And as John Carroll reports tonight, it all amounts to a classic story of philanthropy. In this case, a big star helping a small but worthwhile cause.
John Carroll, News 4, Reno.
Philanthropy. That's what I was trying to say to get into that. Good mental block. Good deeds. Good deeds. All right. That's it for tonight. We'll be back at 11. Good night.
Good night.
West Coast, and what is happening is nice weather, of course. You see the little bit of snow, of course, in the Sierra, but we all know about that. But high pressure continues to dominate the weather picture over much of the west. You see the clouds here in the northeast part of the state. That is the remnants of an upper level low. And we're off camera. We don't have things going as we should tonight, but we'll move right along. Let's take a look at the Pacific map, the wide shot. It will not show us too much. There is some, this is the front here. This is the front that may move to the southeast.
Time now for sports, and Todd Whitthorne is here. Always a good laugh for Nancy, because he loves to laugh through sports. Anyway, the big news in sports tonight is the Tour de France, and Greg LeMond may not win it this year, but he certainly has made his mark and could quite possibly finish second, right?
Nancy doesn't always laugh during my sports.
Just sometimes, yeah.
Not as much as your newscast. Despite a minor crash today, Reno's Greg LeMond. 5 minutes. Well, there were several sporting events going on around the area today, everything from swimming to weightlifting. The UNR swim team was supposed to take on Santa Clara in the Lady Pac's final meet of the season, but Santa Clara forgot to show up. And on to the convention center, the site of the Northern Nevada bench press championships.
You know, I think I missed something over at the convention center. Was that the Northern Nevada breast pressing championships? Is that what you said?
That's what I said. It's the bench press champion. Something like that.
Must be your rented teeth. We'll have to get those fixed.
Full day of sports, and a couple other notes. Michael Spinks, yeah, they are my rented teeth, believe me. Michael Spinks defended his title today with his 12.
When we return, Don Seestead, that is, fills us in on the weekend weather outlook. Don Seestead joins us now on the set.
You're John. Yeah. There is what is left of what is left of a close-up shot of the southwest. High pressure is going to build over the weekend in the southwest. What that is going to do is bring up, gosh, my gosh, I think we've got bees in here now. Anything can happen, right? Anything can happen. Anyhow, we've got some snow cover still in Utah, also some snow cover here in Colorado.
We do have a subtropical jet across Florida. The radar chart today shows sunny skies over the western two-thirds of the nation. And we had a few showers over in the northeast and a few showers in the central Atlantic states. Alamosa, Colorado had 14 for a low temperature today. Over on the east coast, we had an inch and a half of rain at Newport News.
This afternoon, no problems on Slide Mountain, though, but we had some problems here in the valley. And it looks like a traffic safety film, but we don't want to see that right now. And hopefully we can get that off the screen for you and get right back to the weather. There we go. This is a wild one. Monday, hopefully we'll have things cleared up tomorrow and as the week progresses.
Oh, yeah.
What was that anyway?
I don't know, it was a couple of storm fronts, you know, hitting each other. Yeah, a couple of Mustangs. We call it storm fronts or whatever.
Weather will continue to preside over the Hash Lane Montessori case.
News 4 has learned that the state of Nevada is experiencing what officials are calling a significant increase in applications for hazardous or toxic waste disposal sites. There are currently 13 inquiries before state officials from various firms seeking permits. Right.
Glad you finally settled down. Okay, just ahead, an announcement will be made soon on whether Senator Paul Laxalt will seek re-election.
And a plan is underway to help people find out where they're going.
The proposal had drawn withering fire from developers. Bruce LeShan, we'll get it right, reports the action is just a recommendation to the City Council. Violation of the law and demonstrates that the federal government has not lived up to its word. The governor says Nevada continues to have concern over the Yucca Mountain site because of its potential for earthquakes and volcanic activity. Nevada Attorney General Brian McKay says he will ask that a U.S. District Court dispute over a Nevada-bound trainload of radioactive dirt from New Jersey be shifted to the U.S. Supreme Court. He says the Supreme Court has jurisdiction, okay, when one state sues another. New Jersey is suing Nevada over a new Public Service Commission rule. Rotarian.
Too dangerous for my taste.
Yeah. Well, they're nice as small pups. Or what do we say? Bear cubs. Okay, get it right. That's it for tonight.
Wait a minute.
What?
We can't let this go by.
Yes, you can.
Today's your birthday, John. We all know that.
That's right.
John's celebrating his birthday.
You want to forget again.
No, we don't. You're in good shape.
You get older, you want to forget them,
You're in good shape, but you know, folks, news people don't just pop out of nowhere. They got to grow up just like anybody else, and
that's right.
We got a special gift for you tonight, John. Happy birthday.
Withheld until relatives are notified.
Carry your beach towel and bathing suit to work tomorrow, and you could get a lunchtime tan. Part of the traditional Nevada Day celebration will be missing this year. The 1864 ball, held on the night before Nevada Day in Carson City, has been canceled because of a lack of interest. Those who attended the ball would dress up in clothing reminiscent of the 1860s. I'm back. Nevada Day will be celebrated the 31st of this month.
All right, I'll move my lips now, and you talk for me, Nancy. Finally tonight, a rare humpback whale that's been lost in the Sacramento River appears to be heading for its way home. Today, 26 rescues.
Last week, we're starting out with Saturday looking very nice, but then Sunday deteriorates rapidly. Today, nothing deteriorated. We had a nice day. 72 degrees was our high, and that compares with an average of 66. That's well above the average of 6 degrees. And our low last night was 33 degrees, and that's about 5 degrees above the average. 89, the record high, and 90.
I tried to get into the act, and they all waved for us, and that's our completion of our Halloween part tonight. It was a wild and outrageous evening, to say the least.
Yeah, a lot of fun.
Still have time before the witching hour at midnight to go out and have fun, but if you do, drive carefully and have a safe and fun Halloween.
Beware, you never know what's going to happen on a night like tonight. There's a full moon out there, right? And with our production crew around here, we don't know when to say goodnight around here.
We don't know what's going to happen.
Oh, there we are. I knew they were going to do it to us again this year. They did it to us again this year.
What's Halloween? The treats, you've got to have the tricks.
Oh, my God. Well, we've regressed somewhat here. I think we've gone back a little bit, Nancy.
I think so.
You're pretty cute as a little girl.
Okay, you look good yourself. We're constantly changing.
Yes.
Well, we hope all of you are having as much fun out there as we are right now, feeling rather ridiculous.
It was kind of young to have a beard like that.
Color was added to a section of Idlewild Park in Reno this afternoon, all by one man. For the past 2 weeks, Thailand artist Vishan Boonmimak has been working on one project, a 40-foot-long mural filled with children's characters, including Kermit the Frog, Porky Pig, and Bugs Bunny. It consists of 5 sections and was inspired by... This is very difficult to get through, but I will get through. Boonmimak is well known in Thailand and has even painted a portrait of the king, but he says his next step is to attend an art academy here in the United States.
That was easy for you to say. In Northern California, another whale has entered the picture, or in this case, has entered the San Francisco Bay. But officials say so far it does not seem inclined.
We got that straight from 6:30.
I think so.
Right?
I wrote it down just to make sure.
My favorite time, Art, daylight savings time.
Why?
We get some more light. We get another hour of daylight.
Had one lady one time, we asked opinions about daylight savings time. She didn't like it because the extra hour of sunlight was killing her lawn.
Yeah. But a lot of people don't like it.
Well, no.
Really. It depends on
But you
where
do?
you come from, I guess, parts of the country. Well, anyway, that's it for tonight. We hope you have a nice weekend. We'll see you again on Monday. Good night.
The first band of precipitation already you can see moving into the north central and central portion of the Silver State. This is a horsey, this is a barn, and this is a big field, and this is the radar map. We have another system pushing in, as we mentioned. That second batch of precipitation will be pushing in conditions to look forward to.
They were horsing around with your radar.
I think so.
That's what they were doing.
And a bunch of
Horsing around, is that a pun?
Okay, Art.
Thank you, Art.
Take your mic and cue.
Good evening, and thanks for joining us.
Stand by
In the
me,
news
video.
tonight, President
Super off
Reagan
the
swung
top.
his campaign machine through Reno today.
With U.S. Senate candidate Jim Santini anywhere from 6 to 13 points behind in the polls, Republicans are counting on the president to give them a victory.
Well, we begin our comprehensive coverage of President Reagan's visit with a report from Bruce Lachance.
Take video.
The Senate's court.
This is a test of the emergency broadcast system. The broadcasters of your area, in voluntary cooperation with the FCC and other authorities, have developed this system to keep you informed in the event of an emergency.
You're watching Channel 4, KCRL, Reno.